That's tremendous.
So when the coach start to coaching and seeing the activities, start prompting, helping them to fulfill those activities, see they get the results of it. Once we're getting the results and they are performing the first stage, we watch them and see if the second stage they are getting the results they want from doing the first stage. If they're not getting the results they are expecting, we then coach them in how to get the better results in that stage. And each stage along the process of learning and from listing a business to selling it, we make sure that they're getting their national average or better or productivity in each stage.
That's tremendous,
Because if you miss one stage, you're
not going to be able to get to the next.
You'll never get past that.
Right.
So, and after approximately 6 months of coaching, we got enough history as to where the activity is coming from, what generates the activity, the things that are not generating results, and we can now revise and readjust their career plan to make them more focused, to more productive.
That is tremendous, Harold.
It is been what accepting. Our biggest problem today is training enough coaches.
Training enough coaches.
So it's very exciting. The other thing that is very exciting about this is that the pre-licensing and things is pretty well confined by state borders.
Right.
The coaching is going to become a very national program.
You can go national or anywhere, worldwide,
Anywhere. So it's very, very exciting today.
That is tremendous. Fortune Academy is obviously going to be expanding beyond the 14 locations, but you can have your coaches anywhere, and they can go through the program to become a coach.
Coaching are going to be home-based. We don't need no facilities.
You don't need offices for that.
No offices. No.
So they will go to the real estate offices and
telephone and internet, email and telephone.
My Lord, well, you're really going to need a strong website or some component there to be able to help track. You've already created that, though.
We have that created in place.
That is fantastic, Harold. What spurred this? What were you seeing in the marketplace that wasn't happening? Of course, you highlighted the mentoring not working. You highlighted the classroom instruction not working.
Well, again, you start looking at the larger corporations. You look at people like Tiger Woods, the best golfer we have. How many coaches does Tiger have? I think 4 or 5.
Is that right?
Listening to Oprah Winfrey, which has been a tremendous success, she has 6 coaches.
Has she really? I wasn't aware of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you look at these people that the larger, successful, much more successful than we are, see the things that are happening to them and take those things and bring them back down to your level and learn how to use them.
Boy, Harold, you are such a thinker there, but of course you're really not. You're just taking advantage of great ideas, whether it's Walmart, McDonald's, Oprah Winfrey, or Tiger Woods.
You look at these people, see what makes them successful, and emulate them the best you can.
Take their good practices and apply them to yourself.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Much like people are now taking your good practices and applying it to their lives.
Right.
That must be a little difficult at times, Harold, knowing that a lot of people are following stuff that you've put into play. Can that be, what's the word for that? Can that be a little scary that a lot of people are out there taking your ideas and running with them?
I'll be happy to give them to them.
That's wonderful. Of course, in addition, we want to highlight your service with SCORE. You've been tremendously active with SCORE and helping that organization revitalize itself, their presence here. And, of course, Bob Gorosky was with us recently at Carolina Trust Federal Credit Union. John Bonsignor was with us not too long ago. Dick Pollock was with us. A lot going on with SCORE in this area.
It's been very rewarding to have a small part of it. We have a tremendous group of great executives that have been in these big corporations that got great ideas. So to be able to work with these people and be a part of it is fantastic. The part I'm focusing on most in SCORE is developing an educational program where right now we have 9 courses on how to run a business, start a business, and business planning, marketing, and things to make business successful. And I see this where my strength is from the educational side is to set up and work with the educational part of it, as well as the counseling the people.
So that has there's a program already in place, and that's the mbscore.org. If someone wanted to learn more, they can go to mbscore.org and of course a very active group there.
We have 20-something counselors. All of them are excellent.
Now, in that instance, that is an instance where mentoring can actually work pretty well at some level in the SCORE environment. Is that that's a form of advanced mentoring, right? Isn't it, or no? It's not.
Mentoring is primarily coming in what I relate to on-the-job training.
Okay.
That's watching me doing what I'm doing and try to emulate it.
Right.
So that's mentoring. As we're at counseling and SCORE, we're not allowed actually to do the work. We cannot consult when we go in and do a survey or do something. We strictly counseling it in order to let them do the work and give.
Right.
And good counseling basically is not telling people what to do. It's drawing their ideas out and helping them refine their ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get through with it, same as coaching or counseling, the program that we come up with is the other person's program, not our program.
That's excellent.
So through a series of questioning and working with them, what would stop your program from working? So make them stop and think of it. What's the greatest point of your program? And just keep asking questions over and over till we get the results we want.
And you have a series of questions, Harold. SCORE provides a series of questions, or is it principally from the advisor, from each of the advisors who come from their own
Each advisor tries to bring his own background in.
Right. So there's not just a standard list of questions that you all utilize.
And we try to match people up with some knowledge of the industry in which they're counseling in, if possible.
That's wonderful. Boy, that Bob Gorosky, he really he gleaned a lot of great information from his own business, where he was working with somebody, and then he was able to buy in and buy out and expand that company up in Delaware.
Oh, yeah. Bob made my little business look small.
Made Fortune Academy? I don't believe it.
Bob had something like 100-something employees when he sold out.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Well, we're excited to get some of those tremendous retirees to the area. Of course, you wouldn't think of Bob as a retiree, nor many of the folks involved with SCORE. John Bonsignor, I believe, is involved with you all.
Well, actually, some of these retirees, we're retiring earlier. Some of them are, and much more active than you normally would think of a retiree.
Mm-hmm.
And the beauty of the grandstand here, we have some of the brightest people moving to the grandstand here.
Right.
And learn to take advantage of them is a fantastic tool. They make me look up to them and marvel at their abilities.
It can be difficult at times, though, Harold, I'm sure, either in SCORE or in the environment, the Fortune Academy environment, because oftentimes it's difficult for folks to get off or veer off from their environment they've been working under for a long time to take a risk, let's say. That can be difficult for folks, isn't it? You see that?
Very difficult at times. And we hold a tremendous responsibility because we're playing a major part in these people's life as they're developing and looking to go into new career.
Mm-hmm.
And how we treat them, and how we respect them, and what we do with them can change many, many people's life, either good or bad.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point, because it's not only that small business owner that you're dealing with, but all the persons that work with him or her and their environments. I remember some of the folks, it was Chris Scodris, I believe, who came in to the studio there, the Herald offices, talking about Eggs Up Grill, and obviously it's expanded a good bit there at the Surfside from the south end, further south, and somebody from a woman and her husband who came in from a small business. It was great to see the involvement you all have had in their lives.
Oh, yeah. It's helping somebody to avoid the mistakes that I made when I was younger to me, is a very enjoyable thing to do.
I bet it is, Harold. If someone was to ask you your eventual goals, do you have goals for the coaching program and the desire for it to expand? Are there some goals you've got in play, other things you want to launch in the near term?
The coaching program is so dynamic and so broad that it's unlimited. It will be, in 5 years, it will be 3 or 4 times the size of what we currently have today.
Is that right? In 5 years, the coaching program or Fortune Academy?
The coaching program will be at least 4 to 5 times the size Fortune Academy is today.
Oh, come on.
No, it's that serious.
Wow. Those are great words. We love the opportunity to get you in on the ground floor. Thank you, Harold. Great being with you this morning.
It's great to be here. Thank
Absolutely. You. Stay tuned to more Carolina people with the chairman of the board of Fortune Academy, Harold Swanner. It would be so easy for Harold to take all the credit for this. He's the one who stepped out on a limb back in '95 to purchase the Fortune Real Estate School. He's the one that went out there and took that risk. But you hear him talking early on, Tom Mazer. You hear him talking about taking other folks' great ideas, whether it's out in Bentonville, Arkansas, when he talks about Walmart, or up there in Illinois when he talks about McDonald's, or folks like Oprah Winfrey or Tiger Woods. He's taking their great plans, their great vision, and what do? They went out and got coaches, or they went out and planned and looked in small communities and decided to expand in small communities, or you heard him talk about that key word, consistency. They're doing it the same way at Fortune Academy with the 70-plus instructors statewide, the 14 locations, and you heard him talk about it. He's breaking it on Carolina people. Within 5 years, the Fortune Academy, thanks to its tremendous coaching program, this personal coaching program, will be up to 5 times larger than it is these days. We won't even tell you what those numbers are. Just know it's expanding daily. It's expanding thanks to folks not only like Harold, but all the instructors, the amazing coaches they're going to team up with, and Tom Mazer and so many others making it happen. Give them a call at 843-839-1131, or go online to fortuneacademy.com to learn more. That's fortuneacademy.com.